camp that's also maybe even like a publishing label. I'm going even more tangential with it, but I see maybe developing something like an artist token that gives people rights to camp anywhere that's in my portfolio, and not just camp there, but like maybe rehearse if they have a band, or record if they've got like a solar hookup or something, they can go out there and record off grid. You really want quiet places, especially if you're into field recording, which is another one of my interests. Like, these places are novel for those sorts of things because they don't have sound pollution, the ones that I have. But bringing it on chain I think, if we're all onto something, we're going to be able to govern this land in really creative ways, and that's what's most appealing to me. Otherwise, it's not going to get used. First of all, there's a lot of land that you can see potential if you're an artist, and I think that applicable uses would be any sort of media production, especially I didn't even mention photography, videography, any sort of media production. Like, it's expensive to record in cities and places, and people often go out of the country. So I would love to learn about film contracts in addition, and maybe run that direction where people are contracting for these scenic locations to film and produce. When I came from New York to California in 2020, I was planning some sort of underground event because I wanted to have a gathering so badly. And I was like, I'm just going to move to California and I'm going to do a spa pop up because I'm coming from the hospitality world. But I wanted to have performance art too. So I was like, you could have someone playing a harp while people are having sound therapy and massages and doing a open mic spoken word sort of thing. A year and a half after that, in San Diego County, I hosted a nomadic spa party called the Dry Spell, and it was a healing arts and storytelling event in a really like magical garden with a lot of art installations and pyrotechnics. I was almost there because I wanted to host it on my own land, but this guy that I rented from, he was doing exactly what I wanted to. He owned a piece of land and was running it as an outdoor venue. So that was a celebration and a gateway into land ownership, because I was already looking at, I could spend a lot of money and rent a venue, or I could save money and try and create a venue, even if it is off grid. There's a lot of events that are budding that they use portable utilities and things like that, and they just pull it off, and you bring in the water and you bring in the power, and you work with, if you're in a really rural area, there's probably not a lot of obstacles to having a gathering like that. I know people a lot of places because of traveling and working in the industry that I do. I do envision a bi-coastal matrix of creators and using the land as a physical and digital resource to make all their dreams come true.